Hi everyone, thank you guys for joining us today. My name is Jennifer Moore and I do marketing for Where Food Comes From and IMI Global.
And I'm Ashley Smith and I am a sales coordinator for IMI Global.
So today kind of what we wanted to go over was our BeefCARE program and kind of the requirements for that, as well as kind of the demand that's growing for a program such as BeefCARE. So first, let's give an introduction on where food comes from. You guys might have known about IMI Global and have been curious on the relationship between IMI and where food comes from. Back in 1995, IMI Global was started by John and Leanne Saunders, and they saw the opportunity for verification to grow throughout various agriculture industries. So they have expanded, and now we have 6 verification divisions and 1 technology solutions division that is able to measure the metrics of sustainability platforms for various industries. So like I said, we've been around for 25 years doing traceability and verification services. So we'll begin today by kind of talking about today's consumer, and which goes on to talk about why these verification programs exist. So as you'll see, 65% of consumers prefer to eat proteins from animals raised in humane conditions. So, you know, if you're new here, animal welfare programs they're not new to the industry. If you've been around a while, you know that we've done various programs like this for several years. So also some neat statistics are that 54% of consumers agree that they would like to purchase products that support sustainable agriculture. 39% of consumers actually all scan products for certification seals. If you go into the grocery store today, it's very common to have multiple seals, and it's important we always tell consumers they need to educate themselves on the certifications that they're trusting. As you probably know, many of them are not third-party verified. Some don't have an actual definition behind them. So we really encourage consumers from the Where Food Comes From side that I talk to educate themselves on those. And then lastly, 36% of consumers look for meat that supports companies that are protecting the environment. So with all of that, if a shopper is to go to the grocery store and they see 2 different products, they're more likely to buy the one that has a sustainable certification, just because they feel like it hits all the attributes that they're looking for in a product. So if you've probably heard that millennials are now holding the buying power. It used to be boomers, and now they have pushed them out. There are so many of us that are going out purchasing food products for ourselves and our families. Well, Gen Z is the next generation. So that generation is really looking for products that fit with their values. So sustainable, organic, locally sourced if they can. They are looking at the ingredient list. They really want to make sure that the product has the highest degree of animal care, but as well as wanting to know that the quality assurance is there as well. So one thing I also want to note is if you were to Google for the Gen Z and their shopping preferences, you're also going to see that they are looking for, they're the biggest buyer for seafood and plant-based products. But I would say that they're looking for those because they don't believe that there's meat that meets the attributes that they want, which goes into talk about CARE and the programs that we're offering, so they feel like that they can support a sustainable meat product. So with that, I will hand it over to Ashley, and she will kind of talk about our various verification programs and then give y'all all the details about CARE.
All right, thanks, Jennifer. So like she said, IMI Global's been around for 25 years, and as you can see on the screen, here are our most used programs that we verify for. So source, or as we like to call it, US verified, and then the source and age claim together, and then non-hormone treated cattle, and then verified natural beef. So these are the 3 main ones that we work with, but now that we're adding on care, it's a good opportunity if you're already doing some of these programs to bundle care with it. So moving right on into the CARE program. So this is a sustainability standard. It is actually the only sustainability standard in the industry right now, and it is very producer focused, and it is designed to help farmers and ranchers tell their story and provide assurance through third-party verification. As you can see on this screen, these 5 qualities are the CARE values that we felt were important to highlight with this program, and just providing that consumer with that knowledge of what happens on a ranch, what producers want out of their product that they're producing, and following these 5 guidelines. So excuse me. Our first pillar and area of focus is animal husbandry. So this is probably the heaviest of the 3 different pillars that we'll talk about today, and the one that probably has the most focus. This is talking about animal care, so animal handling. Beef quality assurance is one of the main requirements for the animal husbandry portion. So how you're taking care of cattle, any like herd health plans, things like that, how you're safely transporting the animals and giving them the best care possible is really the main focus of that part. The next component is environmental stewardship. So this is a piece of the puzzle that we believe consumers don't really understand, that producers are stewards of the land, and they are doing their best to continue providing the environment with sustainability. If they don't have good environment and good environmental practices, then they can't keep moving forward, which is always important. So things like grazing management plan, water management, and having a good understanding of the longevity and long-term strategy for their operation. My favorite and the last section is talking about people and community. Another one of the pieces of the puzzle that consumers don't really know about is how much producers are active in their communities and what they're doing to help better the people that work for them or work with them. So some of the things are discussing, what are you doing in your community? What are your passions? How are you volunteering to make your community a better place to live? And kind of highlighting those things so consumers can see the full picture. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the process. It is pretty different compared to what our other verification programs are. So what it starts out with is a phone interview with a customer verification specialist. And during this interview, they're going to ask you a series of questions within each of the 3 areas of focus, and then build that quality manual while doing that. This quality manual is going to be a guide for you to have, and something that you're going to continue building on moving forward. So once the phone interview has been completed, we'll then move on to an on-site audit. This is something that you'll be prepared for during the phone interview, because a lot of the things that the auditor is looking for is observation type things and things that are already discussed during the phone interview portion. So some of the things, to give you an example, would be like, body condition scoring on cattle, making sure cattle have clean water, verifying some management documents, things like that, that, like I said, are discussed during the phone interview. A little bit different compared to other programs is it is a scored program, so not a pass or fail, and that's nice because this allows for continuous improvement. So we require that you meet a minimum requirement to pass, and then the hope is, like I said, is you will continue to build on that moving forward. There's 2 types of scorings. There's the core points. These are the points that we encourage producers to really focus on in this first year. And then advanced points, those are just bonus points. These are going to highlight things that you are going above and beyond on your operation within that specific area. We are doing everything in our power to help give you the tools that you need to be successful. So we do have resources available. So for an example, if you don't have a herd health plan, that's okay. We have a couple templates that you could use to build on that, and other resources to help you meet these requirements and be successful within this program. Like our other programs, EID tags are required. So we have program compliant tags that producers can use. And the neat thing about it is, since this is not specifically for market animals, this is for the whole herd, you can purchase EID tags and put them in your cows as well. And then the really cool thing, if you can see down in the bottom corner, there is a heart logo. That is our CARE logo. So when you are approved, this allows you to have use of that CARE logo, and allows you to use it as a marketing tool, and allows you to tell consumers, like, hey, I've passed this requirement, and I'm doing everything in my power to be not only a steward of the land, taking care of my cattle to the best of my ability, and also taking care of my community as well.
That people ask us about is what we're doing to promote beef to consumers. We do a lot of that through what we call Where Food Comes From Storybit, which is a blog and video series that helps producers truly just tell their story and the challenges that they face, the people that have helped them along the way. And since we've launched the 2 beef operations, 2 dairies, and a vineyard, we've seen over 1.5 million views. So we're really excited about this opportunity, and if you guys would like to be featured, we feature any of our customers, and we would love to help you tell your story. So that's all we have for today. If you guys want to get started, just contact us here at our offices, or you can visit wherefoodcomesfromcare.com and learn a little bit more about it, and you can also catch some of those videos that I mentioned on there as well. Thank you.